Good morning, class. Let's start with Act 2, Scene 7. It's Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Flourish of cornets enter Portia with the Prince of Morocco and their trains, means with their attendants. Portia, go draw aside the curtains and discover. Discover means and show the several caskets to this noble prince. Now make your choice. Now first two lines she speaks to the servant. Right? She's asking her servants to draw the curtains, open the curtains so that the prince can actually look at the caskets. Morocco. The first of gold, who this inscription bears, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. So he must have seen the casket, and the first one is of gold. He reads the inscription, the saying that is written upon it, that says, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Means anyone who chooses the golden casket will get what many men desire. Right? The second, silver, which this promise carries. What is the silver casket? What is written on it? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. So if you're choosing the silver casket, you'll get what you deserve. This third, dull lead, with warning all is blunt. Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he had. So the third casket was the lead casket, and there was a kind of a warning written on it, which says that who chooseth me will give or hazard or will take risk of losing everything that they have. How shall I know if I choose the right? So Prince of Morocco says, how will I know if I am choosing the right casket? Portia, the one of them contains my picture, Prince. Means one of the casket, it contains my picture. That is Portia's picture. If you choose that, if you choose the casket with the picture, then I am yours withal. Then I am completely yours with that casket and the picture. Morocco. Some God direct my judgment. So he's calling upon gods. He actually wants these gods to guide him in his judgment. Let me see. I will survey. Survey means read or go through the inscriptions back again. So he says, I'll go through these readings back again. What is written on the casket? See line number 15. What says this leaden casket? So he is actually looking at the lead casket. Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he had. So if you're choosing lead casket, you'll give or take risk of losing all that you have. Must give. Now see, understand how he's speaking. He says must give. Why should I give? For what? For lead? Hazard for lead means should I take risk for lead casket? This casket threatens, means this particular casket is actually giving me a warning. Men that hazard all, men who like taking risk, do it in hope of their advantages. They do it hoping that they will gain something. A golden mind stoops not to shows of dross. So he says here, a noble mind. A golden mind means a noble mind like me will never bend down. Stoops means bending down, not to the show of dross. We never bend down or lower ourselves to a worthless metal like lead. See, it is given right in front of it. A noble mind does not lower itself to consider a worthless thing as lead. I will then not give nor hazard aught for lead. So I will not give or take risk of anything for lead. So he has actually refused to choose the lead casket here itself. Okay, what says the silver with a virgin hue? Now he moves to the silver casket. He's reading the inscription written on it. He says, let me see what this silver casket has to offer with her virgin hue, means with her pure color. What chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. So on the silver casket it is written that anyone who chooses the silver casket will get what he deserves. As much as he deserves. Now he is thinking, as much as he deserves? Pause there, Morocco. So he's talking to himself. He says, I should take a pause and weigh my value with an even hand. I should weigh my own worth with an even hand. If thou best rated by thy estimation. So he says here, if I estimate my value, if I look in for my value, thou dost deserve enough. Then I deserve enough, right? I might deserve enough, but in the bracket of enough, Portia is not there. Means if you think that you deserve enough, then Portia is beyond enough. And yet, enough may not extend so far as to lady. If we talk about enough or deserve, then Portia is beyond that. And yet to be afraid of my deserving were but a weak disabling of myself. So he says here, see, it is given right in front of it. Thinking that I deserve enough would only show my weakness. Weak disabling, you understand? Weakness and lack of confidence. I deserve more than just enough. So he believes that silver casket is not for him, right? Because he deserves more than what is written on it. It is written what you will get what you deserve. So he feels he deserves more than what is written there. And that is Portia. Why? That's the lady. As much as I deserve? Why? That's the lady. He says, as much as I deserve means I deserve the lady. Portia. Underline it. It is important for you. In fact, this whole speech is important. So he says here, I do in birth deserve her. Why he feels he deserves Portia? Because of the birthright. They both are nobles. And in fortune, of course, in graces and in qualities of breeding. Now also, there's a reason because of the breeding, the way they have been brought up. They both belong to the noble family. And because of that reason, he feels that he deserves Portia. But more than these, in love I do deserve. So apart from that, he feels that he deserves Portia because he loves her. What if I stray no further? So he says, what if I do not, just wander around any further, but choose here, but I should choose this casket. Let me see once more, the same graved in gold. So he says, okay, let me just read what is written on the golden casket once again. Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. So what was written on it? Anyone who chooses the golden casket will get what many men desire. Right? Why? That's the lady. All the world desires her. So he says, oh, it is clear. So it says you'll get what many men desire, and I believe everyone desires Portia. Right? From the four corners of the earth they come. Okay, here he is talking about the four directions. He says from the four corners of the world, these suitors are coming for Portia to kiss this shrine, this mortal breathing saint. They are coming here to Belmont thinking as if it's a shrine, a holy place. And they are coming here because of this mortal. Mortal means alive, breathing saint. That is Portia. So these suitors, they are coming from all around the world so that they can come visit Belmont and see Portia. The Hyrcanian deserts and the vasty wilds of wide Arabia are as thoroughfares now. So he says here these forests, these wilds and these deserts, they all are acting as if they are the roads for these suitors. Means suitors, they are not at all scared of the wild areas. They're not scared of the deserts, but they are coming as if these wilds or these deserts are the main roads. For princes to come view Portia. I'm sorry. So he says here, he says here that princes from all around the world are coming to see Portia. See line number 44. The watery kingdom. Watery kingdom, we are talking about the seas and the ocean, whose ambitious head means we are talking about the waves, spits in the face of heaven, means the waves, they go so high it seems as if they are spitting into heaven, is no bar. Now these waves are also not a barrier to stop the foreign spirits, means these barriers, these waves, even they cannot stop these suitors from coming here. But they come as over a brook to see fair Portia. But these suitors, they are actually coming to Belmont as if they are coming to see Portia, as if they are coming over a small river, not over a sea. Right, give me a minute, please. Let's continue. So it says here that these, barriers, they are acting as a thoroughfare, as a way for these princes to come and try their luck, only to view Portia. Then he says here, let's see. One of these contains her heavenly picture. So he's talking about Portia. He says one of these caskets, they actually contain heavenly picture of Portia. Okay, let's see that. Is it like that lead contains her? So he says here, is it that the lead casket contains Portia's picture? It were damnation, means it will be a kind of a thing for which I can go to hell. To think so base a thought, that even if I think such a useless thought, it were too gross to rib her cerecloth in the obscure grave. Even it's too gross to think that she would be wrapped in the lead thing while she is in the grave. Or shall I think in silver she is immured? So should I think that she is locked in the silver casket? Being 10 times undervalued to try gold, he feels that silver casket is 10 times undervalued than gold. Oh, sinful thought. So he's saying, oh, what kind of sinful thoughts or what kind of sinful things that I'm thinking. Never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. So he says here a Portia, he's calling Portia a gem, that never such a gem was actually what? Cast in any other metal than gold. They have in England a coin that bears the figure of an angel. So he says here, even in England, they have a coin that has got an angel engraved on it, stamped in gold, but that's inscribed upon. He says here, but that angel is actually made upon the golden coin. But here an angel in a golden bed lies all within. So he says here, but if we talk about here in Belmont, this angel, the portrait of Portia, is lying in one of the golden caskets. Deliver me the key, here do I choose, and thrive I as I may. So he says here, you can give me the key, for here I choose the golden casket, and thrive I as I may. So he is wishing that he would become successful by choosing the golden casket. Right, let's continue. Portia. Here, take it, prince, and if my form lies there, then I am yours. So she says here, yes, prince, you can take the key, and if my picture is in there, then I am all yours. He unlocks the golden casket. Now the prince, he unlocks the golden casket. Morocco. Oh hell, what have we here? A carrion dead, within whose empty eye there's a written scroll. I'll read the reading. So when he opened the golden casket, what was there? A skull, and in the hollow of the eye there was a scroll. So he pulled that paper out and he is now reading what is written on the paper. It says, all that glitter is not gold, means all that shine, all that glitter is not gold. Often have you heard that too, means you've often heard about this kind of saying. Many a man his life hath sold, means many men have actually sold their lives, but my outside to behold, only in order to earn gold or only in order to touch gold. Gilded tombs do worms enfold. So you must have seen the tombs that are made of gold, they only have worms inside, right? Because earlier they used to bury people in the tombs, and the outside of the tombs was made of gold. So he says here, the scroll says here that if you must have seen the golden tombs, inside it you can only find worms. Had you been as wise as bold, so he says here, the way you are bold, I wish you were as wise as you are acting bold. Young in young in limbs, in judgment old. The way you are young in your physical body, I wish you were wise in your judgments. Your answer has not been in scrolls. Means if you would have been intelligent enough to judge the right casket, to use your brain and to use your intelligence, then your answer would have never been on a piece of paper. Fare you well, your suit is cold. So the last line it is written here that goodbye. Why? Because your request is turned down. Cold indeed. Now Prince of Morocco, he's feeling sad. He thought maybe Portia is an angel who is locked in the golden casket. I can open the golden casket, I'll find the picture of Portia. But no, what he finds there? A skull with a scroll. So that is why he's quite shocked, and when he opens it and when he reads the scroll, the message was clear that a person like you who is so bold and so young, and he is not at all experienced, he has got no wisdom, or he is not acting wise, he was so bad in his judgment that he has chosen the golden casket. And because of that, his request or his acceptance has been turned down. So he says here, and labor lost. So Prince of Morocco is feeling bad that whatever he did to reach here, whatever hard work he must have done, it is all lost now. Then farewell, heat, and welcome frost. So he's saying, then I should say goodbye to my passion and my love for you, and I should welcome the frost. The frost is the cold or the disappointment. Portia adieu. So he says here, goodbye Portia. I have too grieved a heart. Means I have a very sad heart right now. I'm feeling so sad to take a tedious leave, that I would not like to take a formal goodbye, or I would not like to say a formal, take a formal farewell. Thus losers part. So I am departing, or I'm leaving as a loser. Exit with a strained flourish of cornet. So finally he leaves with his attendants, and there's this music played. Flourish of cornets, it's a kind of a music, trumpets or whatever, they are played. Portia, a gentle riddance. So Portia is quite happy. She says, thank God I got rid of him. Draw the curtains, go. So she told her servants to draw the curtains. Let all of his complexion choose me so. So she says here, all people who have the same kind of complexion, that is dark complexion, should choose me in the same manner by choosing the wrong casket. So it means that Portia was not bad, but of course she had that kind of a feeling that she was not ready to marry a person with a dark complexion. And that is why she says here, If anyone comes with a dark complexion should make the wrong choice and leave the place, leave Belmont. Now, earlier you must have seen that Portia was being nice to Prince of Morocco. She was being nice only because she had to be, she had to be nice. But actually, yes, of course, she was not happy with the color complexion or with his words. She was not at all happy, and that is why when he leaves, she says, "Thank God, I happily got rid of this person." Right? So understand it. Just read it. Make sure you understand the speeches. You can read them. If you want, you can go through the video again. Right? Please do that. That's it for today. I'll be posting the next scene. I'll be making another video and we'll discuss scene 8 in that. Okay then. Thank you.